Hello guys, happy Sunday. Welcome to my channel. This is Miss JD for another episode of our daily stock market insights. And in this video, we're going to talk about the Philippine market and how our stocks are trending nowadays. Okay, all right, so let's start with our index. But for now, I'd like to invite everyone, if this is the first time you're visiting my channel, I do review stocks in the Philippine market and sometimes US market and cryptocurrency. So if you like this kind of video, you may want to hit the subscribe and the notification bells are always updated. Okay, so what are we seeing here? The index. Okay, interesting. We have rallied for the past 4 days. Let's say we consider May 25th as day one. 4 days of green, so that's a good one. And we had a significant amount for foreign buying, so that's also another good news. Although in the short term, we might be expecting a slight pullback. Volume is still there, so this one still volume. We're outside of the Bollinger Band, so we could still see a possible continuation, but just expect that there could be a slight pullback, or within the day a long wick can happen before it continues to move higher. It's just healthy that way. Okay, so I think with a significant drop that happened since February, um, we're now on to the reverse, which is a rally to the upside. So I'm thinking once the price hits the 6,700, or even around that level or slightly lower, 6,742, we might experience some slowdown in the movement and then probably experience a pullback that continues to move higher. But we are to observe how that transpires in the coming days. We're approaching the overbought level, so if your stocks in the index are already reaching or approaching the resistance area, maybe you can consider locking in some profit. But let's check out these stocks. All right, I am going to go through from top to bottom the most trending stocks based on the trades, and then we work our way downwards. All right, let's talk about our AP. Wow, I'm not sure if I was able to cover this in the past. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I was not able to cover this. But this was your good sign here. See that volume you have here? Significant volume that happened. And we're already within the Bollinger Band. That could have been your trigger, especially like this, right? You're already inside. Um, that could have been your trigger that, hey, we're now approaching a reversal here. So it was supported the next day with, how much is this? 150 million in foreign buying, 11% gain. So yeah, that's solid. That's solid. Volume is still there, but slightly lower. So I'm thinking maybe some will take profit and revisit the 2258. But overall, the sentiment here is we now are on a reverse. Okay, so the entire candlestick is not totally above the MA20 line, but given that there's still volume and 11.9 is a significant amount, so chances are people will lock in some gains, especially traders, and then price would still revisit the MA20 line. So that would be your opportunity for those people who may have not entered yet. That's your sign that you can still place an order around that level. Okay. Right. So what's interesting here is that this one too, BDO. I know I created a video on this previously, and I said that I'm still on the bearish side, but totally I'm looking at it not totally on the bearish side, but I'm looking at it as a good opportunity to really buy some more. I'm not sure if maybe they heard me. I'm not sure. But I think a lot of people really know the opportunity at stake in video, given that the price at that time was around 98 level, and it's already very very cheap consider where we are at that time. So investors may have seen that opportunity and then they entered right away, and so there was a gap up that happened. Okay, honestly, that was already a very cheap level. So we were anticipating around this area. I think I plotted it here, right here, but it did not even go that deep anymore. But what I'm seeing here is that there's a big chance that we could be continuing the movement to the upside, especially because our index is now slowly recovering. Okay, so I think the best way to look at it, if this line over here, because this is still your resistance on a downtrend, if that line gets broken, we continue, let's say, another green by tomorrow, then definitely this is now a bounce. Maybe video is just a little bit late than the other stocks in the index, but nothing to worry about this stock. It's really really stable. Okay, so let's talk about Ali. Ali also giving us some good volume over here. Look at that. We also are still outside of the Bollinger Band, and I also created a video on this the other day. I think I talked about stock this stock being on its way to a possible reversal. This was your very good opportunity right here. This volume, sudden change in the volume right here, that was your sign. And so there was continuation. I think this is still okay for those people who are into position trading. Maybe you can haggle for a few pesos, maybe around this area, like halfway. Or we can measure this. No, just look at it this way. Look at this. It's support. You have your resistance right there, and we managed to break out of that, and then it has retested it. So between 33.88 to where it is at right now, it's really a good area to accumulate. Look at this. The big picture here is that we still have a lot of potential for the stock to move even higher. So 33.88 to 34.50 is still fine, for as long as you manage your expectation that this stock is part of the index, and you know stocks in the index really move slowly. Well, we don't know because the other day the index itself rallied significantly, so that's fine. But just manage your expectations. Ever since these movements, look at that, 1-2%. That's the usual trend. SMPH. So SMPH broke the downtrend channel that we have right here. See that? We already have broken out of that, and we're still triggering the upper Bollinger Band. So if the stock fluctuates and maybe reaches 36 area, 36.17, go ahead and you can enter. And this is more of a position trading. Okay, so another good stock. It's just that overall sentiment of the market is really slow. That's why movements are also on a bearish move, and now we are reversing. So good job there. Meg managed to already cross the MA20 line, so that's a good one. Look at this, the volume right there. I think the investors are starting to go back to the Philippine market. Here's our support, nearest support, very near your MA20 line. So it's up to you if you want to wait up to the 2.97 or 3 pesos is fine. Overall, we still like the setup of our chart here. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, first 5 stocks still giving us some good positions at the moment. So this is the time, if you have a buying power, um, this is the time we should be entering our stocks. Okay, this is the perfect period, because I think the downtrend is almost done for most of our stocks in the Philippine market. It has been quite some time that the market is really giving us a very boring and not so good direction, but I think this is the beginning of a recovery for the Philippine market. Let's continue with JGS. JGS as well is giving us that good movement. Um, so in case we have some fluctuations, um, you know, you can place your order around 54.97. This is your previous resistance, just in case it revisits that. Otherwise, if you are into a mid to long term, the area where we are right now is already a very good level to start entering. Okay, so this was 2020. Okay. Between 54 to 58 is fine. Let's take a look at AC. AC is giving you an opportunity. This was a solid bounce. How much is this? And people took profit. That was close to 9%. There's a long wick down here for those people who may have entered right here. That's 8.89. Okay, so this is the example that I was referring to. That's why I'm plotting, giving a threshold or a, yeah, like slightly lower, plotting it to the nearest support. There's also another support right here because of this one and this one. So just in case it fluctuates, it will be touched like this one here. You see those long wicks? There was a resistance here, and because we managed to break out of that, and a resistance can eventually become a support when we break that. That's why it got revisited. So what I'm saying here right now, this is that this could now be your new support. Previous resistance in an uptrend can potentially become a support. So 768 level is a possible support at the moment for Ayala. So your call. See that? There's still there's still a potential here, big picture wise, but we don't know how long it takes. But at least even halfway, it recovers. That's a good gain for you. Pure gold. Finally, pure gold is also recovering. Just be mindful that you have a resistance nearby. I like that it's triggering the upper band, so chances are there could be a continuation. Just in case you want to know where the resistance is, this is it. See that this is where it stopped and then declined. See, previous support became a resistance. All you gotta do is just look back, guys. Look back and understand how the movements happened in the previous chart. And see this volume. Anything that has good volume, chances are there's a continuation. So slightly lower. So I'm thinking the moment the body of the candlestick becomes smaller and smaller, that's when you will see some signs of slowdown. Like this one, right? Big, it starts to become small and small and small. So maybe by the time it reaches 41, that's your resistance, and you can probably take profit. For those people who already may have entered early in the game, that's a solid, I don't know, how much is this? Around 20%, see? But there's still a big potential here, up here, even up to here. So still not a good level, but try to haggle if there's a fluctuation. Maybe enter around 37.66 because there was a previous resistance here. Maybe we are to create a support right there. BPI is red. Okay, it just retested and created a support here. So that's why when it goes up, I really try my best not to chase it because chances are those people who are trading, sometimes just small percent gain, they try to exit right away, and that's our opportunity to re-enter, especially if you were not able to catch it early in the game. So this was an opportunity for those people. Good job to those who were able to catch it right here. URC. URC, you have a support in the short term, but I'm not saying it will not continue. So you may want to consider monitoring this like for first 30 minutes, where the understand where the overall direction is happening. If we cross the if we cross the resistance where we currently are at the moment, 142 area, then we got a good breakout play there. Otherwise, if the sentiment is lower than 141, it will revisit this key level 135. So, and you can re-enter right there. But overall, these are just minor fluctuations. Let's accept that. And overall, I'm thinking that it is going to move up like the other stocks in the market now. Globe still on a downtrend. Not confident in recommending this, but there's a possible support right at this level, which is very near the area where it is at right now. But I think the fact that we now have Dito converge now, there are a lot of options for consumers. So the Globe, PLDT are no longer, the favorite of everybody. So chances are this key area right here might even be revisited. Okay, so that's my outlook. I know there's a support, but I'm not really a big fan of the stock anymore, because there are some promising telecom stocks that are way cheaper and can offer can equally offer the same service or even better. Okay, let's talk about ACEN. ACEN has already rallied, but this is giving investors an opportunity to enter, and probably enter around 7 peso area, 705. That's a good area to enter. Okay, but overall, it's just taking its time. But this is a very very solid company. So my take here is 7 peso area is a good price still. Okay, JFC at 191. You got a resistance. People just took profit because this is a solid increase. But overall, I also see this stock is already trying to recover, and maybe if it is going to go down, it will just test the 185 area, 186, around that, and then it will continue to move up. There's a good volume right here. Your sell is not that much. Sometimes what I don't like is you see the volume right here, green, and then the following day the volume of the selling is also of the same height. So we don't like that. For now, 186, that's our support area. Okay, my last stock is in my portfolio. This stock ended at 48.9, solid green, but volume is a little bit low. I'm thinking it will just fill this gap and create a resistance somewhere at the 51 area. Okay, this drop happened when we reached the X date, and then took some time, wow, 2 months, 3 months to recover. So nearest resistance I can see is around 51.50 area. Okay, but overall this stock is on its way to recovery as well. Alright, so that is it for our Sunday review. I hope I was able to give you some advanced um, analysis for in preparation for the market tomorrow. So good luck in your trades. Please note that Miss JD is most of the time position mid to long term investor on the stocks I engage in. So please do your research. We might not have the same profile, so what can work for me might not work for you. So just take note of that. Okay. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have also subscribed, and so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Thank you, and bye bye for now.